Hi, I'm Dane and this is Monty, and we thought I'd do a little video about what you can check out for at home during the lockdown, maybe this weekend, things to look out for with your dogs, because obviously we're just seeing emergencies at the moment. So in the meantime, just have a look, just thought I'd show what you can look out for with your dog, and hopefully we'll do a cat one early next week as well. So this is Monty, and he's about 10 months of age, and we're just going to give him a little looking over, really, so things to look out for. So starting off, so we'll have a look at his eyes. So if we come a little bit closer, so we'll have a look. He's got the whites of his eyes there, just checking there's no pink, slight pinkness there. And then we're just going to checking that white eyes are nice and clear. There's no discharge. Some dogs get a little bit of crust here. I'm just clearing that out. She's got a little bit of dark crust here. Just clearing that out. So his eyes look fine. No discharge. Nice and white. Yes, you're doing really well. Have a look at the nose. Make sure there's no discharge, crustiness, and anything pale, any snot or anything. Then we'll have a look at the gums. This is really important. It tells us an awful lot. Gums and teeth. Lovely white teeth. Pink gums. Fabulous. And the teeth go right the way back in dogs. So it's really handy to have a look at. Really look. Oh, Monty doing so very well. So nice and pink. No discharge. No smell. I mean, sometimes you can have a little look inside. But mainly what we're looking for is on the outside of the teeth. So that's great. Nice and pink. And actually you can look at, goes white when you push it. See here, he's got a little bit of dark discoloration on his gums. There, that's completely normal. Loads of dogs have that, so that's fine. What a good boy, you're doing great. So, moving on, have a look at his ears. Have a look in your ears, mate. Hey, have a look in his ears. Just checking for any discharge, any smells. Have a little feel around. Make sure there's no pain, discomfort, crustiness, or anything like that. So that's great. Well done, little fella. Then we're going to have a little feel under his neck. You get, like people, we get there's glands under the neck. So we're just checking if there's nothing, no obvious sort of big hard lumps under there. And then you get glands at the front of the shoulders here as well. So having a little feel there. And then another place we can feel glands is at the back of the knees here. Just having a little feel there. That's all fine, isn't it, little man? So just having a little feel of the neck. Make sure there's no lumps and bumps. Oh, perfect. Have a little feel down the back, just very gently, make sure there's no pain there. Have a little, just a gentle feel of his tongue, make sure there's no lumps and bumps. And then we'll just run our hands all over him, make sure there's no lumps and bumps. Very good, little fella. We just have a little feel for any lumps and bumps that are unusual or haven't been checked out. And then let's have a look at your nails. Just have a look at his nails. They look fine when we do a tiny bit of a trim. Oh, little man. And then there's a little one up here. Oh, little fella. There's that one definitely needs a little trim, doesn't it? Hey, the dew claw. There's a dew claw up here. Usually not on the back legs. These nails are all right, but we might trim those dew claws, mightn't we, little fella? Hey, yes, that's maybe a subject for another video. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? So we're gonna have a little feel over him. Make sure everything's fine. Have a look under his tail. Make sure there's no poo stuck there or any sort of like issues down the back there. Oh, well done, little fella. You don't like that, do you? And then we'll have a little feel of his joints, just very gently. Just flex and extend his joints. If you've got an old dog that's properly arthritic, just be very, very gentle with this. Maybe get someone to hold at the front if we're doing this, because sometimes it can be a bit sore. Just extending the hips, making sure there's no pain. It's great. So, you're perfect, little Monty. Yes, you are. Other things to bear in mind, specific lockdown things, is because dogs are only getting out for an hour, and sometimes have to be on the lead as well, is the exercise, and just moderate the diet as well. Just make sure we're moderating the amount that they're feeding to bed, to take that into consideration. Also, don't forget your flea treatment, your mange treatment, your lungworm treatment. All these things are really important. So, Advocate or similar, that's super important there to keep going with that. So obviously on the VIP we can send it out, but give us a call if you're due for that. Also, any arthritic dogs as well, older dogs, we need to be a little careful, because one long walk a day probably isn't ideal for them. So make sure we're getting them up and about regularly. Don't overdo it on the walks, and keep them nice and healthy. But if you do have any worries, give us a call. We're doing video consults. We're seeing emergencies, but if you're worried, just do it. We'll do a video consult. We can judge whether you can send some medication out in the post. So we're still here for you, and hopefully that's helpful. If it was, just let us know. If there's anything else you want to know, just drop us a line. Thanks a lot. Bye.